We're going to start with the historic arraignment of Donald Trump. He pleaded not guilty to charges that he mishandled secret documents and conspired to conceal them from authorities. Last night, he rallied his supporters, attacked the investigation, and prepared to campaign for president while facing criminal trials in at least 2 courtrooms. Rachel Scott reports from Bedminster, New Jersey. Good morning, Rachel.
George, good morning to you. The former president quickly tried to turn the page, going in front of the cameras to rally his supporters. But inside that Florida courtroom, Trump never uttered a single word. His face was stern, his arms were crossed. He appeared to understand the gravity of the moment as the first former president to ever face federal criminal charges. Overnight, former President Donald Trump rallying his supporters at his Bedminster golf club, just hours after pleading not guilty to 37 federal counts related to his alleged mishandling of classified documents.
They will fail and we will win bigger and better than ever before.
In front of the cameras, Trump was upbeat and defiant, declaring his innocence and threatening to go after President Biden if elected.
I will never be moving.
But behind closed doors, a much different tone. Hours earlier in Florida, Trump's motorcade departing his Doral resort, the former president riding alone on the way to the Miami courthouse. A group of supporters and opponents gathering outside, largely peaceful, far fewer than the tens of thousands police had prepared for.
We love Trump!
Inside, Trump was arrested, his fingerprints taken electronically, but no mugshot and no handcuffs. When he entered the courtroom, he was just feet away from the man prosecuting him, Special Counsel Jack Smith. With slumped shoulders and crossed arms, Trump didn't utter a single word. His lawyer entering his plea, not guilty. Prosecutors say Trump illegally kept classified documents with some of the government's most sensitive secrets at his Mar-a-Lago club, storing them in a ballroom, storage room, and even a bathroom. And as the federal government pushed to get them back, prosecutors say Trump repeatedly tried to obstruct their investigation, allegedly suggesting his attorney hide or destroy the documents. Also at the defense table, Trump's aide Walt Nauta, who allegedly conspired with his boss to obstruct the investigation, accused of moving dozens of boxes to hide them from Trump's attorney. The judge ordering Trump and Nauta to not discuss the facts of the case, and they left the courtroom together, making one last stop in Florida at a Cuban restaurant in Little Havana.
Are you ready? Food for everyone. Food for everyone.
Nauta there, right by Trump's side. I was part of a small group of reporters allowed inside that courtroom. We noticed that Special Counsel Jack Smith repeatedly glanced over at the former president. Trump never did turn around once to look right back at him. At times, the former president did appear restless. It was clear he was ready to get this over with quickly and get back to his 2024 campaign, where his legal defense is now a central part of his message, George.
It sure is. Okay, Rachel, thanks very much. Let's bring in our chief legal analyst, Dan Abrams. Dan, let's start out with the Presidential Records Act. That's at issue right here. The president claims that he's allowed to keep these documents, but the Records Act is pretty clear that says they belong to the government, not the former president.
Correct. This is definitely a mischaracterization of what the Presidential Records Act. Look, there have been disputes between presidents and the National Archives over what should be considered a presidential record. But none of that relates to documents created by agencies, what are called agency records. The FBI documents, the CIA documents, the documents created by the Department of Energy. Those have never been suggested. Right. Those have never suggested that those are presidential records. I mean, if you take his argument to the extreme, he's basically saying, I can take home any document ever that belonged to the government that I saw or had access to. Any of it. I should be able to take it all home. And of course, that's not the case.
He also made another substantive claim last night saying he didn't have time to go through the documents.
Well, it's actually the first time we have heard the former president address the question of, well, all right, so what happened here? And this is the first time we've heard him say, I actually didn't have time to go through the boxes. Because the question has been, so how did this happen? Did someone pack the boxes for you? Did you go through them? Of course, the prosecutors are alleging he knew exactly what was in the boxes. He was giving specific orders with regard to it. He's saying
he moved from the storage room
to
his office, from the storage room to Bedminster, ordered it all. So they're going to have rebuttals to that argument.
And yeah, including some video evidence.
Dan Abrams, thanks very much. Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.